Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Listen, real quick, I want to share something with you guys. I want to share something with you that happened, something that I experienced on last night. It was very interesting to say the least. I ran into a young man that I used to date years ago, and upon seeing this young man, I paused. Yep, I paused because when I saw him, I immediately knew that life had taken a few turns in this young man's life, but he's now legally blind. Yeah, this young man is legally blind, which he wasn't blind, of course, when he and I were dating. Again, this was years ago, but now he's legally blind. And during the time that we ended up separating, or we ended up breaking up, or whatever you want to call it, I was hurt because I couldn't understand, why the breakup was no explanation. It was really no closure to the relationship. And so, just kind of, you just kind of wonder why. You kind of wonder why. But after what I saw last night, I understood now why God allowed that relationship to be completely destroyed. Yeah. Sometimes we may not understand why God blocks or he allows certain relationships to come to a complete halt. We may not understand why, but I want to say to you, those of you that are in the midst of a transition where relationships are concerned, if in fact those relationships are supposed to end, you may not understand it. Your heart may be broken. There may be a question mark as to why that relationship ended. But I'm here to tell you that God knows better than you do. He knows that you may be with them in the beginning, but God knows their ending. He knows what the end result of that person's life and even your life is going to be. You may not understand it, but I'm here to tell you, after what I saw last night, I've never been the type of person to question God. So when things happen, I may not understand it. And yes, a lot of things that happen, it hurts sometimes, and it hurts to your core. It does. But I've learned to trust God, for one, that he knows exactly what he's doing, and he knows the way that I'm going to take. So when relationships come to an abrupt end and they don't have an explanation and you're left with a question mark, trust what I tell you. It may not be now, but somewhere down the line, that question mark is going to turn into your answer. You will get your answer eventually. You may not get it right then and there, but God has a way of showing you why he allowed that particular relationship to end. Yeah. After what I saw last night, I begin to thank God. I thank God for every relationship that I may not have understood, but I understand. You'll understand by and by, as the old people would say. Keep living. And God will show you why your life had to take a turn the way that it did. And again, I was hurt when that relationship ended. Oh, I was hurt because I knew that it wasn't anything that I did. So for those of you that are blaming yourselves for relationships that have ended, know that it could very well be a situation where it's not your fault. It's just God's way of protecting you from what he sees that could potentially harm you, or leave you in a more messed up state than what you were initially in the beginning. So what I say to you is, thank God for those relationships that have come to an abrupt end.